Let's begin a new application. You'll find the New Application button on the home screen, or here on the Work Queue application search screens. Decide if you're creating a new client or working with existing customers. If you're unsure if he's already in MorWEB, click Add Existing Client to do a quick search. If he doesn't exist, you can select New Client. This will ensure that you never accidentally duplicate a customer in MorWEB, and you'll maintain the integrity of your database. Remember, since MorWEB is client-based, each customer should only exist once. Creating a new client profile is as simple as filling out this one page. Any field you see labeled in red is considered a mandatory field. This means that you can't save until you have filled in at least these fields. That doesn't mean that you don't need any of the other important details, such as date of birth or phone numbers, but it does mean that you can save and come back later to complete any details you may not have at the moment. You'll automatically get a completeness check when you finish the application, which will let you know if you've missed anything when it's time to submit. You may find the Tab key makes it easier to navigate from field to field and to ensure you haven't missed anything. Be careful about using the Backspace key if your cursor is in a drop-down menu like this one. If you hit Backspace in one of these, it serves as a cancellation and you'll be bumped back to your previous screen. Here's a tip. MorWEB uses the Canadian Standard Date format, which is day, month, year. If you forget, just hover your mouse over the field for this pop-up reminder. MorWEB formats all of the dates, phone numbers, and postal codes for you, so you don't have to worry about typing slashes, dashes, and capital letters. You'll find handy tools to use throughout the application, like this link to the Canada Post website, and later on, a link to access MLS properties. MorWEB eliminates the need for any unnecessary keystrokes. If you've entered his address here, you'll never have to type it again anywhere else throughout the application. MorWEB is intelligent enough to carry it through to all other necessary screens, like subject property. Complete everything you can about your client, and at the end, if you have a co-applicant or any guarantors, click Another. If your applicant lives at the same address as the first client, be sure to use the Copy button. Since these two applicants share the same address now, if you correct the address for one, it will instantly adjust the address for the other. If this address later ends up being the subject property, the correction will filter all the way down to correct the subject property screen. If you have a third or fourth applicant, continue to press Another until you have entered all clients, up to 5. If you have no one else to add, click OK. We're back on the relationship screen. Now we're ready to request credit bureaus. Click the Credit Check button. The Credit Bureau screen consists of 3 sections. The top section is where you'll see bureaus already purchased for your clients. If you're working with repeat customers, their most recent bureaus will be listed here. The middle section is where we request new bureaus, and the bottom section is used to send to ScoreMaker for credit analysis. Let's request new credit checks for our clients. We can either request 2 single credit reports or 1 joint report. Pulling a joint bureau will cross-reference account numbers and only list shared liabilities once. Click here to get your credit reports. We've had a successful hit back from Equifax. You can see the check mark and credit scores. Use the icon to view the bureaus. Any liabilities that have balances will be scraped into your application. If Equifax has reported a monthly payment amount, MorWEB will use their number. If they haven't, MorWEB will calculate 3% of the balance for you. We'll have a look at your liabilities screen in more detail in a later tutorial. Click OK when you finish with credit bureaus to return to the relationship screen. If you'd like to reverse the order of the applicants, do that here. Or if you'd like to make someone a guarantor, use the Guarantor button. If you need to add another client to this deal, you may create a new customer or look for an existing client in your database. Feel free to return to the relationship screen at any time to make adjustments to your deal as required. Remember, if you remove a client from your deal, they still exist in your database and you can bring them back anytime. Referred clients can be tracked at the bottom of the screen. You may also wish to indicate if a client came to you as a result of marketing, like radio or print ads. Use the search function to select one of your existing third parties, or add someone new to your database. If you'd like to share this new third party with other people at your firm, select Shared or Public and use the Assign button to select the individuals. Later on, you may find it useful to look for the Referrals report. Here's an example of a report that I've put into Excel records to see which of my referral sources have deals that are funding and which ones are cancelled. In the next chapter, we'll review each screen in detail and show you the best ways to complete your new application.